YouTube, what is going on? Savage here. Today we're going to be talking about decision making. A lot of you guys run around with no decisiveness whatsoever. You just figure it's a run and gun game and you're just going to pray for the best. But at the end of the day, there are valuable things you players need to be doing to go out there, get more efficient at winning games. But let's dive into the video. I never realized, I think that's a sandstorm. He's mounted. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Come at me, brother. You knew where I was at? Now look, I really want you guys to understand simple 1v1s. And granted, it's just a gulag. It's a lot simpler than just being out there and getting third-partied and whatnot. But what I did right there was just analyze what the opponent did and judge his skill level off of that. He instantly went right there on the edge and mounted. That, to me, in my eyes, just lets me know that he's not a confident player. Now, I'm not saying if you mount, you're not confident. Not at all. But in the gulag, for you to mount before you even analyze where I'm at is just the most wild thought. You need to at least peek and see if I'm even pushing that way. Because if you're mounted and I'm pushing the opposite way, again, I could sneak up behind you. Secondly, because I analyzed that and I got aggressive with them, the enemy had me snapshotted. If I would have felt threatened by the enemy, I wouldn't have pushed to the left-hand side, just been super aggro on him because he knew where I was at. I was actively snapshotted by the time I was able to drop shot and shoot him. So again, just when you're fighting in 1v1s or 2v2s or whatever fighting situation, try to analyze your opponent's skill level. And the reason why I'm saying that is because so many of you guys are a lot more afraid of players than you really should be. At the end of the day, crouch walkers and campers are going to kill us all, but don't let that hinder your ability to get out there and improve as a player. All right, but right now, here we are spectating Lever. Him and his squad are in a situation where fighting the most wanted. We don't know if it's a full team or not. You see him on the rocks right here. Okay, that was a real ballsy play. All right, so notice how our team is fighting from two situations, two different angles, right? They start shooting our teammates to the left. We're able to clap them from the right-hand side. The enemy teammates do the same exact thing. This is kind of common knowledge that players need to start developing. I say common knowledge, it should be, but most players just line up in one area and then teams are able to collapse on you. You need to learn to flank and push the enemies from different areas. Two, when he was challenging that enemy right there, he should have instantly knew that that stun would not have reached the enemy at the angle that he threw it at. How do you learn these things? By throwing stuns and things like that and getting reps in. He should have arced it way more. And on top of that, it was ballsy to throw that out in the open because the enemy would have even had a decent reaction time and decent accuracy. No. He would have shot us and killed us. But in this fight right here, the enemy literally went in, shot the enemy, shot our teammate, downed him, and went instantly for the melee execute and ran off. Fortunately for him, LeVar did not know how to shoot his gun. So basically right here, he's just spraying and praying. He doesn't see the enemy. The enemy's not even on the screen, definitely not in his reticle, definitely not in his crosshair. What you guys need to do is always try to be patient with your shots. If you guys get in the habit of spraying and praying and shooting at nothing, it's going to be a lot harder for you guys to snap and be more accurate and track the enemies efficiently. If you guys develop the discipline in order to go out there and actually only shoot your gun when the enemy is in your reticle, in your crosshair, you will be a better shot. You'll be a better player. Also, again, we kind of got lucky right there. He wasted almost all his ammo. He went for the execute. And again, if the guy in the ghillie suit would have been a lot more competent, he could have played that situation and killed us. If you're the guy in the ghillie suit and you notice that the guy shooting at you is blowing through an entire magazine, guess what he's going to do? He's going to need to reload most of the time. He might have a secondary, but most of the time he's going to need a reload, especially early in the game. That was an easy fight, I think, for the ghillie suit. But again, the ghillie suit is kind of the same skill level because he went for the melee execute while being shot at, or at least while being surrounded. All right, but we have a vehicle near us. Ooh! Seems to be an aggressive player to your left-hand side. All right, so right now the enemies are doing a really good job of just doing a little confusion on the enemy. So when you see a vehicle pull up, let's rewind and go back to analyzing player skill level. When a vehicle pulls up on you like that and they instantly jump out, you got to assume they're highly aggressive. And you also got to assume they're probably not alone. People aren't going to be highly aggressive in quads playing solo. So I would have instantly assumed that Come on, brother. I would instantly assume that it was a good team. There was a lot more than just one, and we need to figure out the situation, get the hell out of here, or reposition. 2, when his teammate got down, he just focused on his teammate. He didn't look at the enemies, didn't look at the tracker steps, didn't look at anything that he actually needed to pay attention to. I really hope we get to spectate that squad. That is a really aggressive squad. And again, the way they fought that was just beautiful. Now, another thing right there at the end, when his teammates got wiped and he was solo in that situation, and he knew that there were still enemies around him, at least 3, because we did see one get executed. He went for the loot and he over looted, and it cost him his life. I'm all for getting loot, and sometimes if you need plates and things like that, and you have to put yourself out there and you're being shot at, sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit. But that close range in a building like that, little too ballsy.
Too close.
Now, this has actually turned out to be a really good video for the topic that I really wanted to cover, and just talking about being decisive. Decision making is players' biggest mistake. I don't know when to be aggressive. I don't know when to be passive. I don't know when to push. I don't know when to hold. I don't know when to gatekeep. I don't know when to rotate. And again, this all comes with decision making. Damn, that's an unfortunate loadout drop spot, brother. How do you come better at it? Putting yourself in situations. The more reps you get in. Players go around Al-Mazrah, Verdansk, Caldera, whatever BR map, Rebirth, Ashika, and they just play to shoot and kill, and that's fine. But again, if you're not making active decisions on how to rotate, when to push, and the things we just listed and mentioned, and you die, you're not going to know what to correct. You're not. If you say, I'm going to rotate early, and you make the plan, you make the educated guess, and you go with your move, and you end up dying, you can sit back and analyze, like, okay, what did I do wrong? And you can kind of break it down. But if you're just running and gunning and just kind of la, and you die, what is there to really analyze? And I know not everybody's in here to be a pro gamer, and these videos are not made for anyone to be a pro gamer. It's just made for the basic player, the average player. And again, the average KD of Warzone 1 was a 0.76. This game here, we don't know because there's no public stats, but I would imagine it's probably the same, maybe a little bit lower. So we're just gonna say around a 0.75. And I know that most players can achieve 1 KD, and a lot more players can achieve a 2 KD. It's crazy that a 2 KD is top 1%. 1% of players have a 2 KD and above, and that's just a stat that I don't like to see. I know players can be a lot better than they think. No matter what your age is, guys, you can always get out there and improve. Some of us have slow reaction time. Some of us have, you know, worse tracking. Some of us have shaky hands, bad vision. There's a lot of things we all have a little bit of disadvantage of, and for sure, not everyone's going to be a pro gamer like Teep or the other pros out there. But again, you can at least be a good player, you can at least be a confident player, and you can at least get your stats to where you can actually go around the map and feel confident, even if you're getting shit on by campers every now and then. All right, but right now, you know, 2 of our teammates left, and you hate to see it, but it's randoms. It is what it is. So it is duo quads, and we need to make the best of it. We have our loadie. There's really no reason for us to do the safe cracker, so I really hope we don't do that. But we need to get out of this area. I don't like where we're at right now. We're far away from civilization. We're safe. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to kill us out here unless they just land here too. But I doubt the circle's gonna finish out here. And with that being said, again, this is where decisive decision making comes into play. This is where you need to be decisive. You need to figure out, where do I want to rotate to? Where's the circle now? Where do I think the circle's gonna go? And what building and or hill position is going to be the best position to get? And when you analyze that and figure it out, you need to move to it instantly. Too many times we watch these teams sit here on the edge of the map, and even if they decide where to go and they know where they want to go and they ping where they want to go, and we see it all the time, they'll ping, I need this hill. They'll sit there and they'll wait and they'll wait and they'll wait. The circle start moving, and next thing they know, there's a team that's already beat you to the pre-rotation, and now you're being held by them. So the moment you players are out there and you figure out somewhere you want to go with your move quickly. You're being shot at, of course, play your fight, use smokes, rotate away, but again, still go with your move. Sitting still not doing anything isn't helping anybody. We have a stronghold, we have an enemy flying into the left-hand side, plus we have a vehicle pulling up. We know there's an aggressive team in here. This team should know there's an aggressive team in here. So seeing a vehicle pull up to the stronghold, I'm assuming it might be the same team. Maybe not, but it might be. Did I just see a shadow? I got new glasses, so like my vision's wild right now. Okay, again, breaking windows. You know, it may seem very minute, but they're next to the stronghold. Whether they're doing or not, they're around here. So if we're the building over, breaking windows and things like that, it's not really a good idea because they're gonna know we're here. Secondly, now they got a UAV, so now we have to decide, what do we want to do? Do we want to push it? Do we want to run away? Sitting here crouch walking. What are we crouch walking for? They got a UAV on us. They know where we're at. Come on, man. Think about it. But instead of thinking, instead of being decisive, instead of trying to develop skill and learn the game and get better as a player, this is what we do. Nobody, not one player in the world, I don't care what anyone says, has fun sitting in a corner. Again, I don't care what your skill level is. I don't care about anything, your age, your disabilities, nothing. Everyone should be out here trying to improve. This is a battle royale. This is not a... You can be a casual gamer, but battle royales are highly competitive no matter what. You're always going to run into sweats, right? It's not like you're playing Minecraft. So we hear fighting going on now. We know that 2 vehicles pulled up this spot. Maybe the same team, judging by the explosion, the gunshots. Maybe not. This is wild that we're... Oh my gosh. Now, with this here, he might get a lucky kill. But if this team's as good as I think they are, and that vehicle is definitely the same vehicle that killed these guys earlier, they're probably going to force that the crap out of us. So getting a lucky kill or not, this is going to tank our gameplay and ruin our game. And again, he can't even be decisive of where he wants to be. Do I crouch walk? Do I sprint? Do I go upstairs? Do I downstairs? Do I camp in a corner? Do I run out in the open? I don't even know what to do. Now, what can you do? Well, I mean, again, you need to decide. Do I want to fight or do I want to run away? You can do both. There's nothing shameful about running away from a team that's clearly better than you. That's fine. And we're outnumbered. That's fine. So again, just hightail it and get positioning. Start focusing on the best spot. Or again, challenge these enemies. He's kind of doing it now. I was leading up to this. Jump to the next titty and get the higher ground. Get the vantage point. Get the angle. I don't think they'll win the gunfight, but I like to see the effort. You won't be a better player if you don't practice. All right, so he's got the right idea. He's just not having the confidence to go with his move right now. And are they still here? I mean, dude, they left the vehicle. They've clearly been driving around. I would imagine they're still in this building. Although if they are that aggressive, they probably aren't. We hear gunshots going off to our right-hand side. So, I mean, it could be anyone's guess. Weird. And ladies and gentlemen, that's ranked for you too. This isn't ranked. I know it's not ranked. I don't need you in the comment section telling me Savage, this isn't ranked. I know, but that's how it's played. And there we go. So again, like I said, analyze the situation. Go with your move. If you're going with it, go with it. But you need to identify what the hell is going on around you. Again, pay attention to the mini-map. Pay attention to, again, deductive reasoning, decision-making, analyzing everything around you. We knew the team was in there. For some odd reason, he did not. Now, again, this squad here, they pulled up. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. This is not gonna end well for your boy. Bruh. Low rebel. What are you doing? You've missed your snapshot. You've missed your nade. Now, he's missing these because he's panicking, right? Using the wrong gun for the wrong fight. You're in a close range situation. The ISO is not your best move, right? ISO's ADS speed is not the fastest. In fact, it's relatively slow. Switch to your SMG. If you have a sniper and ISO, don't push this fight by yourself. Utilize your teammates to take advantage and push in first. Follow up behind them. But in that situation there, look. He challenged an enemy 1v1, then he realized there's more people in there. He was at a disadvantage because he got damaged, and then he just drop shot it and panicked. Started shooting, started spraying, started throwing things, ran into walls, hit things. Just calm down and fight. Back up, reanalyze the situation, push again. But here we are moving on to a squad of TTVers and OnlyFans stars. Love that. Oh my, this build. See, look at him though. He's got an ISO. I don't know if it's a ground loot or not. I've never seen a ground loot ISO like this. It might be. Regardless, though, it's stockless, so it should be a little bit better for a I mean, I don't know the build, so I can't say it's a better sniper support, but let's see when the ADS is, if it's a little bit faster. All right, so circle is kind of favoring this area. We're in a decent spot. Of course, those warehouses will be your best. Let's go spectate another enemy, another player. I don't know why they love bots in Warzone so much. Get them out of here, bruh. They all have 4 kills. Okay, here we go. I'm really confused right now. He's taking a really long time to loot, which is real weird because your boy's rocking 11, and again, they are an aggressive squad. I don't know why his loot's taking him so long. All this loot, even if you have 0 items, dude, should take you a total of maybe 10 seconds. Get in and out. Again, your teammates are shooting something. We need to be dipping. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for, but he's going to double check and triple check again. There's the UAV. All right. Good thing you double checked, I guess. You dropped it on accident. Again, ping's going out, and we are just not giving a shit. I'm very thrown off, and I am excited to see his gameplay. Very excited to see his gameplay. I don't think he's a bad player. I'm just confused. I mean, we spent probably, what, 3 minutes looting? Again, earlier we talked about pre-rotating and trying to get the best spot. This is one of the situations where I would definitely do that. You don't have to. These kind of circles, you can kind of play it slow because there's a lot of buildings, a lot of cover, a lot of concealment. So it's not really a necessity to get the best. If it's a more wide open area and there's only a few buildings, then yes, you want to pre-rotate those most of the time. And again, everyone always asks me, Savage, when's the best time to rotate? Every situation is different. Where's the circle? How big is the zone? How many players are in the zone? How many teams are in the zone? What's your loadout? What's your loot looking like? What's the terrain looking like? There's so many different variables you need to analyze in a real-time situation. Like if the zone shifts to the north, we're a little bit screwed. And the reason why I said pre-rotating right now is not a big deal is because it could favor the hill or it could favor us. And it actually favored right in the middle, and it's really nobody's game. There are a few buildings out there though, but I think it's a little late to pre-rotate these, and that's fine. We need to hurry up and try our best to do one of two things. Either A, play slow, and hopefully our teammates have smoke. We utilize that to push up. And the reason why I say play slow is because you can allow other enemies and other teams to fight each other, kill each other off, and at least figure out where they're at when they start shooting at each other. B, you could push up instantly. Now the risk to that is getting shot by all these other teams sitting on the edge, because I guarantee you there's gonna be more people, more teams in these buildings. All right, Jag going with his move, marking. Now again, I do think there are other teams here. And lo and behold, there are. No surprise there. Oh, no! I'm so thrown off right now. They ended up winning the team fight. They ended up winning that. They lost 2 in the process. I don't think they should have. First teammate got knocked by some enemies out in the field. And again, if they would have been utilizing a lot more smokes than just one of us, they probably could have got out safe. We have Duries. There are 2 enemy teams left. We got a UE up. We can again either A, play it slow, utilize the durable gas mask, or B, go ahead and start thinking about how we're gonna get there. Now, this terrain, there is not any cover or concealment. This ridge is it, and it's not even safe. The enemies have a wall, the enemies have the spot, the enemies have the best rotation. And we'll talk about why. Ooh, that's GG, 4v2, and they are highly aggressive. They are pushing our ass. Just like that, GG. Now, I want to discuss why I said you could or could not pre-rotate, because it could have gone both ways, right? There are a lot of zones where certain zones you have to pre-rotate, in certain zones you shouldn't. But that was one of those where it's kind of like, there's pros and cons to both. Well, the pro to pre-rotate in those zones is the fact of what that enemy team did. The con would have been, again, to get shot by the team that was to our right-hand side. So you can't be like, well, shit, maybe they should have pre-rotated, because if they would have pre-rotated and beaten that team there, they might have got shot by the other squad that they ended up killing at those buildings. So how do you avoid that? Well, you play a lot faster, right? We spent a lot of time looting in that situation. I really think if they would have just looted quickly and got out and stayed those 3 minutes, they could have cleared that area, that perimeter, cleared that compound, found that one team, killed them, fought them early, and then they could have had an ample amount of opportunity to try to push that building, fight those enemies before they push the building, and the list goes on. Now, there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, but again, like that situation there, you could pre-rotate, you could not pre-rotate, it's up to you. But if they would have had a little bit more momentum in the beginning of that, like right before that zone shifted, they would have benefited a lot from that. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. But until next time, you have a good one, and good luck in Warzone.